Hey everybody, I'm Parker.
And I'm Mike, and welcome to another episode of the Theme Park Nerds video blog. Today we got some awesome stuff planned for you. It's Disney's Animal Kingdom's 15th anniversary this week, so we'll be talking about that a little bit.
We will also be talking about Springfield going into both Universal Studios Hollywood and Universal Studios Florida.
But first and foremost, quite possibly the most awesome dark ride to ever grace this planet is in soft previews. That is Mystic Point, featuring Mystic Manor at Hong Kong Disneyland. The video went online this week of the full ride through the attraction, and OMG, it's amazing. What did you think, Parker?
It blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. Now, granted, I still haven't sat through all of the pre-show video because I just really haven't had time for it. But I have watched both videos of the trackless ride system, and let me tell you, this thing rocks.
Yeah, I saw the pre-show. The pre-shows, it's a slideshow. It's a slideshow with some really cool monkey shadow effects, which, yay for monkeys. But yeah, the ride itself is absolutely amazing. So some of the facts on it. It's opening in Hong Kong Disneyland. It's their third and final expansion that was planned for the park currently. It's a fully trackless ride system going through kind of a Haunted Mansion style attraction, but a lot more kind of whimsical and fun than the current Haunted Mansions that are in the state parks and all the other Disney parks. Features a animatronic monkey who opens a music box, and all the animate objects of this house come to life, and you're basically on this adventure trying to close the music box again and get everything back together. Very simple story, but the effects, the animatronics, the ride system, everything about it is just awesome.
Now, why can't we have a trackless ride system? Don't get me wrong, we have the Great Movie Ride. But
and the Tower of Terror in Florida, and the Tower of
Terror, and Ellen's Energy Adventure.
And that's the Pinnacle.
This ride is amazing. If you haven't seen the video, jump on YouTube, jump onto the Disney and More blog spot. That guy that does that one has 3 great videos up of it, and he has a bunch of pictures as well of the area. They did an excellent job on this ride. Like I said, the trackless ride system completely blows everything out of the water because it's a different experience every time you ride it. The different cars basically don't go to the same place, or if they do, you have a different angle of it. So you're experiencing it a different way every time.
Well, it seems like as it starts, it looks like it dispatches 3 vehicles at a time. You go into a room, the box that opens, all 3 vehicles go into the next room, and then they all kind of go down a ride path individually, and then each car is able to spin around and view different scenes independently. So part of it's kind of a group experience, part of it's singular cars going through like a regular ride. But if you haven't seen it, my favorite portion is, I'm just calling it the tornado room. I don't know what it really is. It's the one, if you watch the video, it's the big samurai monkey standing in the center, and there's all 3 cars spinning around him, and the walls around are video screens. It looks like the wind's blowing around and walls are flying off and monkeys are going everywhere. It's pretty epic and it's awesome. And here's my real question. Is there any chance we're ever going to get it in Disney World or Disneyland?
We're not going to see something like this at Disney World unless this is like the Avatar Land preview, which isn't happening.
So, okay, speaking of things that are being cloned and are in multiple parks, the scenic town of Springfield is coming to both Universal Studios Hollywood and Universal Studios Florida as we speak. And they're being built around the Simpsons attractions at each park, which Simpsons is their big giant throw ride simulator that is awesome. So they're taking existing buildings and adding a few new ones, designing Moe's Tavern, Krusty Burger, all the different landmarks from the cartoon show, and in the case of Florida, adding a flat ride as well, just to give it a little bit more of a themed experience and a little bit more of a land type feel than what Universal normally has, which I think this is a really cool move. I think it goes a long way to make Universal a little bit more unique and give the attraction a sense of place and a little bit more to explore. Which they had great success doing that with Harry Potter and Simpsons. While it's not going to be quite on the same scale as Harry Potter Land, I think it's going to be a great little area to explore in both Universal parks.
I'm with you. I like the idea that they're literally taking a food court and turning it into a themed experience. Now, don't get me wrong, Universal and food, they go hand in hand. Universal does a great job of their food. I'm a little worried about my Universal meal deal. I don't know if this is going to be included in it or not. If I can get my wristband, get a Krusty Burger every time I walk through the line. But I think it really adds something that park is needed, especially that area of the park, because you're going from Kittyland, where there's like the Woody Woodpecker coaster. I'm sure there's a full name for it. There's a Barney live show. There was the Animal Actor Studio, and then right around the corner it was like the commissary kind of thing. Like there were different movie posters, and it was just a food court. Now don't get me wrong, the food was good, but I mean it was just a random weird building right next to the Simpsons. So when somebody got the bright idea, it was like, hey, why don't we just keep the food stuff but make it look like Springfield? I mean, I'm all for it. Um, Building wise, I'm assuming Krusty Burger is going to be just like a Krusty Burger. The Quickie Mart that they already have is kind of a gift shop, so that's not going to work out a whole lot. I've heard some things that like they're going to have the comic book store with Comic Book Guy, and Moe's Tavern. The thing that I'm worried about with Moe's Tavern is that it's a bar, and if you're from America and you can think of The Simpsons and you think of Moe's Tavern, you think of Flaming Moe's and you think of just alcohol in general. And like, I want to be able to see Barney. I want to meet the other Barney, like the Barney that farts and burps.
Bark Barney, that's just like hanging out at Universal drinking.
That's what I want. I want to be able to meet him. So I mean, it adds a couple of characters onto it that you'd be able to meet and greet. But I want to know about the food. I mean, if you're doing special whatever for Harry Potter, butterbeer, what are you doing for Moe's? You got to do something for Moe's.
They need a flaming Moe. Like you can't have Moe's without a flaming Moe. There's a whole Simpsons song about it. It's a whole episode. You need to have it. Granted, that episode's probably like 20 years old now, but we're still talking about it. So flaming Moe. And most of the details that Parker was just talking about are all going into the Florida park. It's going to be a much more elaborate version of Springfield in Florida. They're actually getting they're getting an alien flat ride that's going to go right on the lakeside in front of the Simpsons ride, which is going to be pretty cool. Nice little family spinner. Hollywood is getting similar things. I didn't have much to begin with, and because it's such a smaller, more compact space, and they're retheming a lot of the stuff that was still themed to Back to the Future.
All right, our last subject to talk about for this episode is good old Disney Animal Kingdom turning 15 this week. What do you think?
I'm surprised it's 15 already. I mean, granted, it opened in 1998, so it should be 15. 15. But it kind of snuck up on me because, as we all know, Disney doesn't celebrate anniversaries much anymore unless it's the 50th or, yeah, that's it.
It's just not in the budget. It's not in the budget.
Yeah, because we couldn't do... I don't understand why the 15th anniversary celebration could have been a limited time magic celebration for 1 week. Like, I mean, granted, you don't need to paint the tree of life like a birthday cake, but something. It's a 15-year-old park. It's Animal Kingdom. It's Earth Day, which is when Animal Kingdom opened. Nothing. Like, the fact...
There's some type of limited time magic for this, is there not? Was I incorrect in this?
Granted, it's only a 15th anniversary for Animal Kingdom, but... with Disney World doing so little right now in the vein of marketing campaigns and celebrations, say something. I mean, you said last week, I mean, Joe Rhodes just peaced out for the 50th anniversary because why show up? I mean, what's there to not even a little song and dance number in front of the tree, or if there was, nobody cared. And I mean, it's just another...
This is the rundown of what they did for the 15th anniversary. They had an opening ceremony in front of the tree at 8:40.
Woo! So like every
party
other day.
for the planet from 9 to 5. So basically the operating hours for the day.
Yeah.
So another dance party. Great. They had a Bushman in Africa that you could meet. They had a Carlos Cuba in Discovery Island. Yeah. Did you see any of the special merchandise that they had come out?
No.
Okay, so they came out with 3 new shirts, which aren't bad looking at all. They came out with 3 iPhone cases, which are awful.
Because nothing says Animal Kingdom nature and being one with the world like an iPhone case.
They also came out with a Disney's Animal Kingdom 15th anniversary safari hat, which
Okay.
even Indiana Jones was like, no.
At least it relates to the park in some way.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that wraps it up for this week. Hopefully, you're liking all the awesome videos we've been putting out. There'll be more to come. Make sure you take the moment to like us on Facebook at Theme Park Nerds. Follow us on Twitter at Theme Park Nerds. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Oh, and read our blog. It's awesome. It highlights all the stuff we're talking about here, plus goes a little bit more in depth, looks at some of the outtakes, all sorts of cool stuff. So do all that stuff online.
You guys have a great week. See you later.
Bye, nerds.